Hello everyone, welcome to Ajiro Tech. Ajiro Tech. In this video, you're going to be learning the Cambridge International AS and A-Level Information Technology with the course code 9626 variant 02. People 2 practical, and this is for the AS students. May-June 2024. The duration for this paper is 2 hours 30 minutes. All right. The instructions are very important, so please go through the instructions. Duration for the paper is 90 marks, right? Okay. You have been supplied with the following source files. You must use the most efficient method to solve each task. All document produced must be of professional standard and suit the business context. You work for general jewelry and will design a database about products, customers, and their order, right? Note, this is a very important note. Let's look at it. All data must be stored and displayed in DDMMYYY. All currency value must be stored and displayed in pound sterlings to 2 decimal places. All field must be short. All field names must be short and meaningful and contain no spaces. Contain no spaces. So, for example, if you're having um, product and there's maybe product name, there shouldn't be any space, right? So can be an underscore instead, or you join them together. All right, so take note of that. So all field name must be short and contain no spaces. Okay. All right. Open and examine the data in the files. J24 customer.csv. So I'm going to open it. So I have it here. I'm going to open it. If you're wondering why you're seeing this, this has been done. The audio editing part of this has been done. You see the link in this video description. So yeah. Okay, so let me open customer. Okay, what else? Order J24 order.csv. Okay. J24 stock.csv. Okay. So I'm going to click here, double click on it. Come here again. Yep, that's been done. Customer, come here, double click on it. Here, double click on it. Okay. So let's look at this is the product, right? So here is where you see your product. This is your stock. This is your product. Remember they said it contains product, customer, and order. So this is the products here. The stock held, stock ordered, items, metal, stone, cost price, sales price. Now take note of it. They said, let's go back to what they said. They said what? Okay, now let's see what to do. They said create a new document. Save this document in rich text file. Format with the file name, evidence underscore. Okay, so we'll do all this, but let's look at this. Right? They said all field name must be short and meaningful and contain no spaces. So that's the first thing we're going to do first, right? Before we start looking at anything. So I'm in customer here. Let me work on customer. So I have my customer here. Now let's look at the keys first. So that will give us an idea. So this is the, let's look at it. So this is the primary key here. Okay. And for order, okay, customer number here. So this is the foreign key here, but I'm looking at it and the order does not have a primary key because this cannot be a primary key. There's duplicates. Okay. Then let's come to stock. This is the primary key, is unique. Okay. And I think I saw, and the item here is the same thing, but it's not complete. So this will be seen as the foreign key. Okay. So we're just trying to put some things together. All right. So let's make it as short as possible. So I have my here. So order number, this can be shortened. So I can remove this. Okay. Okay, I can just do this order number. And this as well, I can come here, underscore, because I say it must include no space. Order date is still short. Order prepared by, so we can take this off and we can say prepared by. Okay. Item is short, quantity is short, customer number is long. So I can double click or use formula bar, whichever I want to use, and come here. And then I can do it as cost number. Okay. So now we have shortened it. The date is DDMMYYY for me. So that's fine. It's DDMMYYY. Okay. All right. So come here. Okay, we've done that for order. Let's go to customer. Customer here, I'm having this. Remember, this is our primary key, right? And we have done that for foreign key, so it has to be the same. So take note. Customer first name, you don't need to add customer, it's too long. So we can just do first name, right? Customer family name, we don't need to do that. We can just say family name. Okay. Then this can just be, okay, underscore address one. You can remove the customer, then put an underscore to join them together. Customer zip code, you don't need to do that. You can just remove the customer and then put zip code. Customer email. Table is customer already, so we don't really need to do that. So we can just come here to email. Okay, so click here, double click. All right, so let's, what remains, let's do for stock. Okay, so we have product code. Okay, we can say product ID, stock held, stock ordered, or you can give stock code. Yeah, product ID or stock code. Okay, stock held, join them together, no space. Stock ordered, style, item metal, stone, cost price, join them. Sale price, join them. So now we have done something here. Okay, so okay, so we've joined them together. Okay, so now we've done that. Now let's come here. Let's say create a new document, save this document in which text format. Format this with the file name evidence. So I'll just copy this, copy, right click, new. Now I know this is a Word document, but I'm going to do a save as, right? So I just want to paste it here. So this is shorter for me. Paste AN017. Then my candidate number 2025. I'll open this, come here to file, save as, change it to what? Rich text format. Okay. Because if you open in the brand new document, it's still going to be in Word. So you have to change it, right? So okay, so that's done. Create your evidence document a conceptual entity relationship diagram to design the database for general jewelries. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's learn a little bit. Let's learn a little bit. So let's look at this. Okay, so I want to look for it here. Okay. Okay, so here we have conceptual design. Now we'll talk about conceptual design. Okay, let me do this so you can see everything. Let me zoom in. I want to zoom in. Good. We'll talk about the conceptual design. It's what you do when you create a database design model, which is not dependent upon the choice of the database management system. So it has nothing to do about the database yet. So a conceptual model uses what? Information gathered from business requirements, and it's the only type of that's entity relationship diagram that allows generalization. In other words, it allows a kind of relationship. For example, a rectangle is a kind of shape, whereas logical and physical have to be more precise relationship definition. It is simpler than logical or physical design. Okay, so since we're talking about conceptual, I will stop here, right? Okay, let me just explain logical. For logical, it has to do more. It has more information gathered than the business requirement. So it's a bit more complex, right? There are other columns that are also added to it. Now, there are things you need to take note of here. I want to teach you. We have entity, right? This means your table. We have attributes. Don't laugh at my handwriting. Don't laugh. Okay, now you're laughing. This is the fields, right? Then we have data types. Okay. We also have the feed size. Take note of that. The feed size. Now, when it comes to conceptual, you are looking at only two things here. You are looking at the entity and the attribute. When it comes to the logical, you are looking at entity. This is conceptual. When it comes to logical, you are looking at entity, attributes, and data types. No, data types, field size, and keys. Yes, we have keys. Key type. You have key type. Yeah, another one, key type. You are looking at entity, attributes, and data type for logical. But when it comes to physical, that's the actual database. You're looking at entity, attribute, data type, field size, and key type. This is for physical. This is how you split it. Each of them in their own column. Does that make sense? This is one way to break it down. Are we learning? Okay. One of the things about me that I'm not just here to solve it, but I'm here to teach you, and I believe that's the reason why you're subscribed. That's the reason why you're here. And that's the reason why you're still stuck with me. Okay. So, all right. So I've explained logical, right? Then let's move on. Physical is what you do when you create the actual database based on the requirement gathered doing logical database modeling so that it can be implemented within the DBMS. It contains more detail than the other types of what AR diagram. Can you see? For example, they give example here. For example, column types of logical design become data types and feed length are included in the design. Primary and foreign keys are also included. Can you see key types? Like conceptual and logical, the relationships are not drawn from attributes to attributes as you would find in the dataship relationship diagram. So let's look at it. Let's look at it here. These one, two. These are various kinds of relationship. Anyway, when we talk about relationship, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about all this as well. So this, look at it here. So here, when we talk about, let me see, I think I have some. Okay, good. Let me start with this. So designing the database structure. I'll talk about the relationship as well. So here you have each entity name may be used as a table name. I've talked about entity name. It's important to keep them short and meaningful. Can you see that? Short and meaningful for them to contain no spaces. Okay. Now let's go back. What do you see? Contains what? No spaces. Good. Let's come back. Right? Now, each attribute name may be used as a feed name. Okay, come here. What do you see here? Your fields. Let's go. Right? So again, it's important to keep them short, meaningful, and without spaces. So both your entity and your attributes must be what? Meaningful, short, and without spaces. They must be short enough to ensure the printout fit on a page without wasted space, but long enough to be meaningful. Okay? A good convention is to avoid using spaces within field names, as some database will not accept this. So you can either assign them together like this. You can see address 1, address 2, address 3, or an underscore to join them. Okay. Then let's look at this. The next one is the relationship. That's what I want to talk about. Right? So now, okay, so there are many employees. Okay, so we have one-to-many relationship which should be needed between the entities. Okay, so let's come back here again. I'll explain this. I want to see something here. Okay, so we have one-to-one. Let me zoom in here so you can see what I'm saying. Okay, so here you can see that entity where the objects or items will include off the table, the attributes, and then the relationship. So for conceptual, you are having entity, attributes, and relationship for conceptual. So now you can see that this is how we do it, right? This is how we do it. Now, look at this here. Now you will see that for one-to-one, this is how we do it. So there's a straight line and then a vertical arrow between them, showing that this is what a one-to-one. When it comes to one-to-many, this goes from the primary key here to the foreign key. So it has a single line at one end, and then at the end of the relationship line, at the many end, like there are 3 lines. So you see that there are like 3 lines here to show that they are many. Then of course we also have what? Let me see. We have what? Many to what? Many. Let me do this here. Right? So here you have many to many. So here you are now seeing that the foreign key can be added. Right? So foreign keys can now be what? Be added to show that this one is what? Many to, this is one to many, this is one to many. So this is many to many. And if you look at this here, you will see that this is what? A physical entity relationship diagram. Here is the what? Entity, the attributes, the data types, the field size, and the what? The key. And then a relationship line. Okay. So look at it, the field length. Okay. If data is to examine or count the numbers of characters for the longest data item. So you are counting the number for the longest data item and set the feed length to that number. For example, first name or family name. Look for the longest possible name you can find and set it as what? To this. Then we have the key fields here. I'll just round up with this. We have the key fields here. Right? We'll talk about the key fields. Right? Is your primary keys and what? Your foreign key. Okay? Where how you're going to, which is your PK and your FK. Now let's look at the next thing here. Please, let's focus on the conceptual. So conceptual, let me see. I think I have it here. Good. This is the conceptual. Right? All right. Now, for conceptual, this is how it is. So we have the entity here, and then what we have what? The attributes. And we use what we call a rectangle. A rectangle to draw, you can see a rounded rectangle. If you look at it across, you see that we use what? A rounded. rectangle to draw it, the shape, right? To draw what? The shape. This is for logical, this is for what? For physical. So you can see that for the logical, you have the entity, the attributes, and the what? The data type, just like I said, and of course the relationship. So this is what it is that we are going to what? Do. Are we learning? Okay. Okay, so now we have to do what? A conceptual what? Entity relationship diagram to design the database for what? Journals drawing. Okay, save your evidence document. So let's do that. So this is going to be what? I'm going to change this to what? Landscape, and come here to the page setup, more margin. I can make it 1.5 at the top, 1.5 here. Okay, let me just make it, okay, doing it. I think that's okay. Let me just make it 2 here, 2 here. Okay, so here is what? Step 2. Step 1, we have the conceptual entity relationship what? Diagram, which is what? The ERD. Okay, just put hello because I want to bold it. Put it to okay 14. All right. So now we're going to do that. So now I'll come here. I'll come here to remove this. I'll come here to insert shapes, and I'll look for what? The rounded shape, the rounded rectangle. Look at it here. Okay. I think it's also this here as well. Rounded corners. Let me see. Yeah, this is the basic shape, rounded corners, and then draw it. So just come here to draw it, right? So when you do, you'll see that this has different colors, right? So I can just come here to now it's giving me limited. I'm coming. I have to convert it, info, convert, so I can have more properties. And then I'll convert it back to RTF, so there's no problem. So shape format, shape outline will be black, and I can make this 1. Okay, so I have this. Now the next thing is to come here to my shapes under shape format and draw a line. So I'm going to hold my shift to draw a line here. Done. Make it black, or you come here, make it black, shape outline, come here and make it 1. So now we have this. I'll move it down a bit. So we have this. So I can come here, select both of them, and what do? I will come here to, I'll group it. Can you see? I'm going to group it so that I can adjust it like this. And then what do? I will copy, paste, copy, paste. Why am I pasting for 3? Because there are what? 3 tables. Okay. So I'll put this here, come here, put this here. Let me do this so you can see what I'm doing. Let me do this here. Let me get view, grid lines. Move it here. Okay. All right. So move it out here. Okay. So I have this, right? So I can come here to layout, and I think 1.5 is fine. Okay. So I have this here. All right. Now what are we doing here? Let me come here to view and remove the grid lines. So here This is going to be for customer, right? So let me add this. Come here, shapes, text box. I'll draw a text box here and I'll type customer. This is my entity name, customer. So I can go to home, increase it to what? Click on the shape box, increase it to what? 14. All right, make it center. If you see my screenshot, this is the way they are. You can see it's bold. I'm going to bold it. Then I can make it 16. Now I'm going to remove the outline. Shape outline, no outline. Okay, so I think I can make it 18. So we have the customer. Then the next thing is I need to get these feed names. Okay, so I'm going to highlight them like this, copy them, and then right click, transpose. Okay, I'll just transpose it here. So I can come here, get a text box. Okay, and come here, copy it, come here, right click, paste as what? A keep text only. So I'll just highlight everything. Control A, come here, remove space after paragraph so they can be together. So I can do this. Make it 12. Okay. So now what I will do here is shape format, shape outline, no outline. So I have this. So if you look at it now, this is what they want. Can you see that? Okay. Then the next one is what? So I can just copy this text box, come here, paste it, drag it here. So this is going to be what? Order. Why are we putting order here? Look at it. Because for customer, this is the customer number. Then where is the foreign key? The foreign key is what? Is here. Okay. So so we have it here. And then come here, copy this, and then paste it here. Control A, and you can just delete it. Then come here for the order, copy this part, copy it, come here, transpose it. I'll copy it. So come here, paste, keep text only. So Control A to select everything. Come here, remove. Okay, the space has been removed. Okay, so I can just make this. Okay, this is 12, this is 12. Okay, so that's fine. This is 12, this is 12. So I can do this, reduce it a bit. All right. Come here, reduce this a bit. That's fine. Okay, so now the next thing is what? Come here, copy this one, come here, paste it. So this is going to be what? What's the name for this table? Customer order stock. Going to be stock. And I can copy this table, copy this text box. I think I can just adjust it here. All right, paste it, bring it here. Control A to highlight everything, then delete on your keyboard. So I'll go to stock, copy everything, copy, and then paste it. Transpose it rather, so I can copy it. So I'll paste it here. Keep text only. So this is quite long. See that? So move it up a bit and then come here, bring it down. Yes, that's fine. Bring it down. So now we have this, right? Now we have this. Now let's look at this here. Customer number is the primary key here. The customer number is the foreign key here. But for the other number, there is no primary key. And for our conceptual, you need a key. Each table must be unique, right? So we need to add a key here. So I can just come here at the beginning and I'll just add a key here and I'll call it what? ID. Just ID, right? So I will just bring this one down a bit. And ID. So now we now have a key, a primary key, a primary key, a primary key. So that's fine. Are we learning? So now the insert here, I'll come here to shapes. I'll get a straight line. To get a straight line, hold your shift and draw. To get a straight line, hold your shift and draw. Black, or you come here, shape outline black. And then you can give the weight here 1. What do we want to achieve? We want to draw this. We want to draw this thing here. We want to draw this. Can you see that? We want to draw that. Okay. Let me see. I can just put them together here on a straight line. Since I've made it, I'll just do it together. All right, so let me do let me select everything. I think the spaces are just too much. Okay, so I'm just what I did was, let me show you what I've done. I'll select this one, hold my shift, select this, while holding my shift, select this. So now to select everything, come here to shape format and then group it. Okay, so now I've grouped it. Perfect. That's what I want. Can you see that? Okay, so come here. I'll do the same thing here. Hold my shift, select this, come here and group it. So I can move it close. Move it close like this and then adjust it. Good. So I'll do the same thing for stock. Click here, hold my shift, select this, and then come here to shape format and then group it. So I can put this here. Okay, this is looking good. So I can adjust this here. Okay, perfect. We learning. This is a place where you learn, really. Okay. And you also have fun while doing that, right? All right. So we have this. All right. So now I have this line here. So this is a straight line. Why is it not looking? Let me zoom in. 100. Okay, it's looking 1. All right. I'll come here. Click on it. I'm going to copy it and then paste it. Why am I doing this? Because I need this line. So undo my work. So I'll click on this line, bring it here, bring it here. I need this line. So I'll hold my shift and reduce it. If you come here to shape format, you see that I'm still having 0. So what do? I'll hold my shift. Okay. I'm not holding my shift. I'm just turning it like this. I'm just turning it. It's not going to give me the vertical. Okay, give me verticals. Look at, for vertical is horizontal is 0. But if it's not giving you that, you can always make this 0. Okay, so bring it here. Okay, so let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. So I can hold my shift to reduce it a bit, use my arrow key and bring it down. Okay, this is just too much. So I hold my shift and reduce it. Okay. So now the next thing I'm going to add is this line here. Look at it. The one that looks like 3. I'm going to add it here. Okay, so let me add it. So come here to shape, and I will get my triangle. So I'm going to draw my triangle, shape format, fill, no fill, shape outline, black, and what's the weight of it? 1. Okay, that's fine. And I can hold my shift and turn it to give me a perfect, good, right? To give me a perfect one. So I'll come here, bring it close. Now, if your one is not like this, no problem. You can take it to send back or wrap text. Um, you can send it back. Just do send back, and that should work. Or you can do send behind text and find your way around it. But that would definitely work. Let me know in the comment section if it's working, please, because I want you to learn, right? So come here, bring it like this. Okay, I want this arrow to be, okay, I think it's in the middle now. Yes, it is. Yep, it is. Okay, so I have this. Hold my shift, reduce it a bit, bring it up. Okay, fine. Bring it here like this. Okay, so now I have it. So I'll hold my shift, select this, select this, come here to shape format, and I'll group it. Good. So now that I've done this, I'll zoom in. I'll move it. So this is what the primary key here. Bring it close. All right, and then adjust it a bit like this. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so let me do this. It's coming. I want to adjust. Let me undo my work. I want to reduce this thing. Let me come to, no. Yes, that's what I want. I'm reducing it. Okay, so I'll use my arrow key and take it back. Good. It was too big. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, okay, let me see. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'll zoom out. Okay, this is better. So I'll come here, right click, copy, and then paste. So I'm going to move this here. Now this one here, for the order, right, you have it as the product ID to items. Look at it. For the stock, this is the product ID here. And when it comes to the order, this is what the foreign key. So I'm going to turn it, hold my shift and turn it like this. Good. And come here. So this is going to be the primary key. Let me zoom in. Okay. So move it like this. Yeah. Let me see. Move it with my arrow key. Move it again. Then move it here. Good. Okay. A little bit. Okay. Okay. That's fine. So this has been done. So now you can now see that this is one to many. Yes. Because customer number to customer number here. And then you have your product ID to what? To item here. So this is the conceptual entity what? Relationship what? Diagram. So this has been done. Okay. Save your evidence. So now I can come here to file, save as, change it to the ROTF. Done. So now is what? Is in ROTF. Okay. So that's done. Save your evidence. So this is done, done, done. A lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdExcel and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have um, you know the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about, and the fee is really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable, and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E levels as well, um, and also for the EdExcel. So we have for the Cambridge E levels and EdExcel E levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E level, mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time. Even physics, for E level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at ajiro@gmail.com, and they will reply to you. Open and examine the data of J24 stock. Okay, let me delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Let me go to stock. So I have the stock here. So let's say we should examine it, right? Create a data dictionary for this data in your evidence document. Now let's look at this. Let's look at the data dictionary. Okay, now let's look at it. We'll talk about data dictionary, right? It contains what? The table name, the field names, okay, the data type, and of course subtype where appropriate. It contains what? Your field size, right, which is for alphanumeric fields, or your field length, and then it contains what? The primary keys and foreign keys, and other metadata which could include, take note, input marks, validation rules. For example, data types and feed length can be worked out from data files that have been given to you. So take note. So this is a good example of what they are talking about here. So your table name here, your feed name, data type, your feed length or feed size, right? You can have your key fields. Okay. You can also have your format, right? What format do you want it to look like? And then your metadata, such as your validation rules and what the input marks. Okay, so let's go ahead. So this is step 2. So tab, enter, enter, enter. All right, this is going to be my step 2. And this is going to be what? My data dictionary. Because why? They said what? Create a data dictionary for this data in your evidence document. So let's do that. So hit on enter here. Hello. So I can do this. Okay. Insert. Let me insert my candidate details in the header. So I can just insert it here, just right here. Or let me do header, 3 columns, right? So I can insert it here. Right, so I'll delete this. Now delete this for reference purpose. Okay, so that's done. All right, so now I'm going to bold this. All right, so we have that. I think that's what I did here as well. Okay, 14. I did 14, not 16. All right, so now I'm going to insert my table. So my table here is going to be table, insert table. So I have um my feed name, right? Data type is 2, feed size, format is 4, and any other metadata. So I can just say 6. If there's a need to delete, I'll delete. And I can just give this to be 10, auto feed width to content. Why are we doing 10 here? I For 1, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I already have 9 plus the table name is 10. So I'll make it 11, auto feed to content. Okay. So here I have my table name. So what's my table name? Stock. I have my feed name. I have my data type. Okay. I have my feed size. I have my format. I have my metadata. What metadata is that? Validation rules. I have my metadata. What's that kind of data metadata? Input marks. Right? And if there's a need, look at, if there's a need to create it, to know, you are required, okay. All right. So to do this, so I've done this. So this other, like your input marks, validation rules. So if there's a need for us, if there's none, we're going through it together, we would also remove. Okay. So let's do that. So let's look at this. So let me go to my stock, copy this, just click here to, okay. All right. Copy this, come here, transpose it, copy, and then come here. Under my feed name, I would highlight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And I'll paste it. Done. I can just come here. All right. So I have this. All right. Now I can do this, table layout, merge, bold it, table design. See the way it's done here. Okay, so I'll come here, bold this one here, highlight it, undo my work, sorry. So this one here, table design, shading is light gray. Highlight this as well, make it light gray. Okay. So now let's look at the product ID. Now for the product ID here, you can see that this is what text or alphanumeric. Why? Because there are letters and what numbers. So I can delete this. There are letters and numbers. So this is seen as a text. Okay. Stock held. Let's talk about stock held. The stock held, they are what? Integer. So they are numeric. Numeric. Stock ordered. All right, they are numeric as well. Numeric. Style. Text. Text, 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 text. So these four of them here, they are all what? Text. They are all text. Text. And stone is text. Cost price and sales price are what? Numeric. And what kind of numeric? So the numeric here is what? Currency. Currency. What kind of coins? How many decimal places? Let's go back. How many decimal places? Say what? In pound sterling to two decimal places. To two decimal places. So let's do that. So two decimal places. Here as well, currency, two decimal places. And this is what? Integer. And this is integer. Okay. All right. So look at it. You see that they are integer. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to look at now is let's talk about the feed size. Now for the product ID, let's start with we want to start them one by one. Now the product ID, what's the feed size here for the product ID? So we don't have to guess. We can come here to length, right? So the length here is going to be what? This to what? I can just drag it here to this, right? So we have it here. This is the length. So I can come here to find the maximum. So the maximum is going to be equals to max. So you don't have to waste time. So highlight this from here, shift control arrow down, or take it down. I don't know, okay, a bit. So you do it manually to what? 121. So here you see that the maximum here is what? Is 8. 8 is the maximum. All right, so you come here, 8. You don't have to put for numeric. So let's talk about the format. What format is it? What format is it? Let's look at this. You can see that it has this. There's JJ and then numbers, right? Which is letters and numbers. Now, so here you are seeing that there are two characters and 6 what? How many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's the same across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is the same across. So there are two characters and what 6 digits. So here for the input marks, you have two characters and what 6 digits. Now let me show you something here. Let me show you something here. For your input marks, look at it good. We have a format. Now we have it as what? If they are letters, you put L. If they are numbers, you put O. This is the default. So the L is to enter a letter. You can also use question marks or A. But the ones that are common is L for letters and then 0 for what? To enter a number. If there's a space, you can use a hash or an and. Okay? All right. So here you see that the format here is going to be LL 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now, if you look at your stock, this is the primary key here, right? So this is the primary key. Oh, there's one more. I didn't add one more here. So let me add one more. Insert to your left. So this is what? Key fields. Okay. I'm going to merge it. Table design, this right here, and then do this for this as well. So here is going to be what? The primary key. Okay. And what's of course, once the primary key, it must not be empty. It can't be null. So it's what is required. Okay, so I've done this. Right. Now look at the stock held. Now the stock held and the stock ordered. What's the validation rule here? Any validation rule here? Yes, look at it. It must not be what? It must be greater or equals to what? 0. So it must be greater than 0. But I'm seeing 0 here. So if I see greater than 0, it begins from 1. So I have to do greater than what? Equals to what? 0. Because of what? The 0 I'm seeing here. So here is what? Greater than what? Equals to what? 0. Come here. Greater or equals to what? 0. Then let's do the text for styles, item, meta, and stone. Okay, so come here. So I'll just change this to what? Style, which is D to D. And I'll hit on enter. So now you see that the maximum is what? 3. And if you scroll down, you will see that there is 3. Can you see that? You see that there's what? There is 3 here. Look at it. So this would also help you so you don't make mistakes. So your style here is what? For fist size is 3. Then let's look at item. Now for that style, let me check that style. What do you notice in the style? It has an input marks, right? Yeah, it has an input marks. So there's one character and what? 2 digits. There's 10 here, 2 digits. Can you see that? 2 digits. So come here. So here you have what? One character and 2 digits. Let's talk about items. For the item, so come here. This is for E. E here. And I'll hit on enter. So the maximum for item is what? 9. Can you see that? And if you scroll through, you will see it. That is 9. Right? Because these are the lengths of characters and numbers there. All right. For characters. So come here, 9. Let's look at meta. So for meta, I'll come here. Meta is what? F. F, hit on enter. 8, that's the maximum. 8 is the maximum. And then stone, that's G. Come here. G, that's 10. That's 10. All right. Now let's talk about the cost. Any validation rule for cost, because validation rules are mainly for not, but they are only for numeric. Let's talk about the cost price and the sales price. What do we notice here? So it must not be negative. Okay. So here as well, it is what? Greater than equals to 0. Here, greater than equals to 0. So this is how you can create what? Your data dictionary. Then the next thing you want to check is how many records do we have? This is what? 120 records. So I can just come here, right? Just add a new one and then 120 records, right? So I'll highlight this, table layout, merge cell, table design right here, and I'll bold it. Why? Because here has what? 120 records. Okay, so we have created our data dictionary. So I'll delete this and then delete this. Okay, so now that is what we have done here. So we have created that here. Okay, so if you have any question, please put them in the comment section and I'll do my best to attend to all of them. So now look at this one here, 1 character to 2 digits. There's the format for it. What's the format? L and 00. Can you see that? There's a format for it here. L and 00, right? Okay. I think with this, everything has been sorted. So you have to always check your work because it's 26, it's 23 marks. So you can't take it for granted. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so this is done. The spacing has been given. So let me just adjust it a bit. Okay, adjust this a bit. Um, adjust this a bit. Adjust this. Since it's landscape, let's make use of the spaces. Adjust this. And finally adjust this. Okay, let me adjust because the primary key. Still not. Okay, adjust this. Okay. Okay, so this is done. So let me take it up a bit. Okay, done. All right, so I'm going to save my work. Done. Now, step 2 is done. Step 3, create a relational database. Normalize to the third normal form using your data dictionary and the file opened in step 1. So using this, the conceptual, and the data dictionary you have created, enforce referential integrity where it is appropriate to do so. Now, let's create a relational database normalized. What about to the third normal form? It simply means that what? There are 3 tables. It must be atomic. It must be unique with key fields. Okay, with key fields, and each of them linking to each other. So what we have done, right? You can see that already they are all linking to each other. So this is 3 normal form, right? They are all linking to each other. So this has been normalized already. We have normalized it to the what? To the third normal what? Form. So what we can now do is the table names has to be unique. Okay, the table names has to be unique. So I'll come here, customer. So ensure everything is okay. I've deleted everything. Okay. Come here to file, save as, browse, and this is going to be what? This is going to be customer. and it's going to be CSV. Save. Then the next one is what? Order. File. Remember, order doesn't have a primary key. Save as, browse. So this is going to be what? Order. Of course, it's going to be CSV. We want to import it to a database. Order. And then finally, we have stock. We have what? Stock. So I'm going to click on File, Save As, Browse, and this is going to be what? Stock. It's going to be CSV. Save. So now that we have done this, we can close this, and close this. So now they said, look at what they said. They said, save your database as jewels underscore followed by your center number underscore candidate number. So I'm going to copy this. Okay. So I'll come here to new Microsoft Access Database, rename, and then paste it. So I can just remove this. Are we learning really? Let me know in the comment section if you're learning. 2025. I'm going to open it. Enable content. Now they say what? Normalize. So I'm going to import it. External data, new data source from file, text file. I'll browse for it. Okay. AS and E-level 2024, May, June. So I have customer. Of course, the reason why I have to close it because you can't open, if it's open, it won't work in database. Next. First will contain feed names. Next. Next. Come here, choose your primary key. Okay, customer number, advanced, and then ensure that what we have done here is what is here. So we have long integer and the rest are short text. For the order, the rest are what? Short text. Okay, so that's fine. Change this to what? Windows, click on OK. All right, next, finish. Close. New data source from file, text file, browse. The next one is what? Order. Okay. Next. First will contain feed names. Next. Next. Now for order, let me check. Come here. For order, we had no primary key. So we're going to do what? Let access add primary key for us. And then click on advanced. So change this to what? Windows. So everything here is date with time, long integer. So everything is fine. Click on OK. Let me see. Order. Okay. All right. No, let access. Sorry, let access. So let access choose for us. Next, finish. Close. The next one is what? New data source from file, text file, browse, stock. Okay. Next. First will contain feed names. Next. Next. Product ID, advanced, Windows. Now here, we are going to now ensure. Now look at this. The cost price here is what? Is currency. This is what? Currency. And the stock held and stock ordered. Let's come here. They are, okay, long integer. Okay, this is what? Short text. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. Okay, where is this? Okay, so this is it. So, all right. Okay, bring it down a bit. All right, so that's fine. Okay, so that's done. Click on OK. Click on next. Click on finish. Now look at what they said. They said using your data dictionary. So let's come here to customer, design view. Now let's come here. What are we doing here? Okay, nothing. We're not doing anything here. We're not doing anything here. Let me open it. So come here, double click. So we're not doing anything here. So save my work, close. Order. We're doing something in order, design view. The item here, right? That item, right? Under the item, we'll go to input marks and then LL 000000. Why? Because that was what was given here in our primary key. So we also have to do that. So I think everything else is the same. Save your work and then datasheet view. So come here. And of course, is what? DDMMYYY. So I'll save my work and close. Stock. We have a lot to do in stock. So here, so come here, input marks, LL 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Y 2 characters, 6 digits. And what else again? Now for style, we're also doing that for style. Look at style, 1 character, 2 digits. For style, we're doing input marks here, L 00. And look at the stock held and stock ordered is greater than what? Validation rule is greater or equals to, let me see, sorry, that's not it. For stock held, right, the validation rule here is greater or equals to 0. Take note. Stock ordered, the validation rule is greater than or equals to 0. So that's been done. The field size, we also have to give the field size as well. So product ID, the field size is what? Is 8. Style is what? What about for style? Style is 3. The item is 9. Item is 9. Meta is 9. Meta is 9. Stone. Stone is what? Is 10. Cost price and the selling price is what? Is currency. To what? 2 decimal places. Come here. 2 decimal places. And again, the validation rule is what? Greater what? Equals to what? 0. Come here. Validation rule is what? Greater than or equals to what? 0. So they said using your data dictionary and files open. So we're doing all that. So I think we've done everything that we need to do here. Yes, we've done everything we need to do. So I'm going to save my work. Yes, and realize that. Yes. So switch to what? Datasheet view. So I have this. Okay, so I'll come here, double click. So I have the stock. Okay. So I'm going to save my work and I'll close. Now, what's the next thing we need to do? They said enforce, they said using and the file opened in step 1. This is it here for step 1. We have to create a relationship. So come here to database tools, relationship, and we're going to create it like this. The way it is here. Customer order stock. Let me do this here. So we have this. So customer number to what? Now before we do this, let's open this. Let's see this. Let me open the customer. Now, what did you see here? In the customer number, we have this 30, right? And then the order, the customer number is what? Up to what? 30. So because they are the same, we can now enforce referential integrity. Now, if you look at the item here and you look at stock, you will see that this has what 120 records, but for the items here, there are some that are missing. So because of that, you cannot enforce referential integrity here. You only enforce referential integrity when the fields are the same number of what of records. Does that make sense? Okay, so I can close this. So come here, customer number to customer number, and then I can enforce referential what integrity. So I'll click on create. So here I have what product ID to what to item, and I don't have to enforce referential integrity. So I'll click on create. So I'll save my work, my relationship, and I'll close my relationship. So if I come here to customer, I can see what they have what ordered, right? What they have ordered. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, save it, close. So I can see what they have what ordered. If I come here, I'll see what they have what ordered. So I'll save it. Now, if I come here, I will see what is in stock and what has been ordered. Those in stock and what has been ordered as well. Okay, so that has been done. Okay, so this is done. Step 4, create a data entry form so the new item of stock can be entered into the database. The new item of stock can be entered into a database. So now take note, new item of what? Stock. So I'm going to go to create form wizard and is what? Stock. So I'll move everything on the stock. Sorry, let me cancel this. Sorry. Check your stock. They said pounds. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, pounds. Pound sterling. Yep, it's pound sterling. Okay. So these are things you have to check for. Okay. So create form wizard. So move everything here. Right? Forms are column now. And this will be what? Data entry for new stock. For new item of stock, right? Let me see. For data entry of new item of stock. Okay. So click on finish of new item of stock. Okay. So I'll switch to what? Design view. So I have this, right? So I can switch to layout view, come here, bold it, make it black. Okay. And I think I can space them. Look at this, looking to design view. So I can come here. Let me highlight this here, bold it, make it black, bring this down a bit. Good. So I can move this up a bit, move this up a bit. I want to give spacing between them. They're just too clustered. Okay. And what do I do here? I'll click both of them, adjust it. Okay. So come here, do the same thing here. Move this down a bit. It's just clustered, too clustered. I know because they are much, right? Fields are much, so just want to have it. They didn't say anything about interactive or anything, so you just leave it at the basic. Yeah. Okay, so let me do this here. Okay, so stock audit. Let me switch to my form view. Okay, all right. Design. So I can bring this here. Okay, so let me switch to my form view. So this looks okay. I want to, okay, let me put them at the same length. Let me put them at the same length. Let me put them at the same length. So it looks okay. Okay. So I can highlight all of them like this and make them left. Left. Switch to form view. So they're all like this. Okay. So I think this looks okay. Um, I can put enter name of your product, the stock held, and all this. So this is just basic because they just created that so that the news can be entered into that and you just save your database. So this is just so I can just save and that is all. So this has been done. So that is all for this particular task. So I hope you've been able to learn about um, your NC relationship diagram, your conceptual, logical, and physical. You've learned the things that makes them up, such as your entity, your attributes, your data types, your relationships, right? And all that, and also data dictionary. And then you've been able to learn about things that makes up your data dictionary. What are those things that makes up your data dictionary? Your feed name, okay, your your data type, your feed size or your feed length, the format, the key fields, and your metadata, which is your validation rules, and then your input marks. And you've seen how we're going to create um, our conceptual what diagram. Okay, so let me just switch to save it as PDF. You don't have to do this, but just to keep my work safe. Okay, so this is done. So thank you very much for watching and hope you've been able to learn. I know you've been able to learn. I know you've been able to. Let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.